So the HRG Teslauncher, a new rifle for the berserker class, and you might say, rifle berserker, well that sounds weird and potentially busted. Well, let's go over this weapon and see if, that is the case. So, the HRG Teslauncher, it's a tier 4 weapon costing 1500 dash and weighs 7 kg. So it's light enough to a point where you can actually run a ton of other weapons with it. You can run Bomb Crusher if you want Wall, Swinehander if you want to have a good melee weapon against big Zeds, Hemoclobber for, self-healing and healing to your teammates, or you can just run Nailgun if you want to be a complete ranged berserker. So about this weapon, how good is this weapon? Well, good is an understatement for this weapon. It's beyond good, it's broken. Yeah, it's just straight up broken. Why? Well, let's start off with a Fleshbound takedown, shall we? So let's spawn AI, Fleshbound. So, you have a Fleshbound in front of you that is not ranged as a berserker. And you have a rifle. What do? Well, you do a generic, rifle takedown and boom. If you are good at head tracking, the Fleshbound can't even get close to you. And let us say, pretend like this Fleshbound is enraged. What do you do? Well, you just, parry the attack with whatever melee weapon you have, and then you do the takedown. And yeah, and because you have parry bonus, you now have even more damage. So yeah, it's super good against Fleshbounds. But what about Skrakes? Well, Skrakes are even easier to kill. Why? You have a Puffin Sting set up with this weapon. And yeah, the Puffin Sting setup requires very little setup. The only thing you need this Skrake to do is to start to attack you. That's all you need. So as soon as, this Skrake is starting to attack you, you just shoot it. You don't need to shoot it in the head, you can shoot it in the body to set up the Puffin Sting easier. So yeah. So even against Skrakes, this weapon is like super good. So yeah, against big Zeds, this thing shreds big Zeds like it's nothing. And what's even worse is that this thing against Zeds that are more annoying to deal with as a berserker, it completely destroyed them as well. Bloats, one-shots, decap them. Husks, 2-shots them in the head. Let's do that again. Oh well. Well, I can show the Edar as well. Edars, you don't even need to shoot the core. Just shoot them in the body. And you 4-shot them. Yeah. But yeah. Husks, as you see, 2 shots in the head. Edars, 2 shots in the core, 1 for the armor. And 1 for the core itself. And then, Husk in the backpack, 1 shot. So yeah, the more annoying Zeds to deal with as a berserker, you completely destroy them. Which makes this weapon even worse. And, when it comes to more, common Zeds, Gore Fiends, 2 shots in the head, Gore fast 1. So yeah. Siren, I think it's 2-shot if I remember correctly. If it can hit the head. 1, yeah, 2-shot in the head. And even in the body. It's 5 to 6 depending how much shot damage the Siren is taking, so yeah. And of course, Clots. Clots, surprisingly enough, are more of the more annoying Zeds to kill with this weapon, mainly because you only decap them. And then they are just wandering around. So yeah, you kill so many things in 1 or 2 shots. If you're, hitting the weak spots, and big Zeds or just die from this weapon as well. And this is with a tier 4 version. Like, if you upgrade this thing to tier 5, against Fleshbounds, especially if you have parry bonus, this thing completely shreds them. Yeah. It requires 10 shots in the head to kill a Fleshbound. And even worse, if you have set time, yeah, it just dies. I didn't even hit that many shots in the head there too, but it just dies in general. And then Skrakes, especially if you have parry bonus, what you can do now, when you set up the Puffin Sting, you just shoot it in the body for the complete kill. Yeah, you can kill it in a single mag through body damage if you have a tier 5 Teslauncher with the parry bonus up. And, all of the other damage bonus skills. So yeah, and of course, you know, if you want to have a faster kill, you set up the pop and sting and then shoot in the head. So yeah, this weapon, super duper busted, and I don't understand how it is in this state. Like they can't have playtested this. Like there's no playtesting when it comes to this weapon. They just, you know, put up the stats and everything and boom, shipped it out. So yeah. But thankfully it is the beta, because this weapon desperately needs a nerf, or else the berserker basically becomes the most easiest and brain dead perk in the game, because then you just, you know, run Hemoclobber and yeah, you have a ton of mobility, you can heal yourself, you can tank, and you become unstoppable. You can do so many mistakes and you will just not die, because you're so, you know, self-sustainable. It's ridiculous. So yeah, tripwire, please nerf. But yeah, that was the HRG Teslauncher, so yeah.